Hello. Hey, hold on. You know I gotta get Instagram ready. There we go. Hold on, I'm trying to get Instagram on. Hey, Imani, what's up, babe? Hi, Puddin'. How are you? With your singing self, huh? With your singing self. What's up, people? Hey, okay. If y'all can see me, I am live on every platform you could potentially go live on. Y'all got me tonight, baby, okay? Hi, everybody. What's going on? I hope you guys are good. I think all the connections seem to be working. I can see everybody's commenting. Hey, everybody, I can see, look, there's YouTube, there's Periscope, there is Facebook, my fan page, Facebook, my personal page, and we're live on Instagram. So I've got some good stuff for you tonight. The holiday season is upon us, so it's time for us to get started with doing all of our holiday stuff. So I figured what better way to get started than to show you cornbread dressing, huh? Why don't we do a batch of cornbread dressing? Although, disclaimer, I'm not actually doing the whole thing. I'm doing part one. So if you've got pen and paper, it'll be a good time to take notes so you can grab pen and paper. Also, watch this. Let me help you out. I'm also going to give you all of the recipes, okay? There are two ways to get all the recipes to get you ready to go, okay? The first way is by joining my email list, which is at dariuscooks.tv. So if you go to dariuscooks.tv, on the right-hand side of the screen, you can sign up right there to to add your email address. And so I'll send you an email after this broadcast with the recipes. Or number two, join the Darius Cooks Facebook group, all right? So if you go to Facebook, you type in Darius Cooks Facebook group, it'll pop up. You join there, you'll get all the recipes, all right? So you'll get all the notes, you get all the recipes, and we're ready to go, all right? Also, a lot of this stuff is also in my holiday book, my holiday ebook. You can download that right now. If you go to dariuscooks.tv/store, you can download 101 recipes for your holiday table. And we got a few recipes tonight that we're gonna do, okay? So let's get started. Without further ado, let's get started with making the chicken stock, okay? Now, I am a proponent of stock in a box at times. However, for Thanksgiving, for holiday, I feel like I want you to really sort of hone in, and I really want you to get like a real good situation from scratch, okay? So let me just angle all of you guys on the cutting board so you can see exactly what I'm doing on the cutting board, okay? And then we'll get started here. All right, so I've got a bunch of good stuff. Let me get a knife. I got a bunch of good stuff that I want to show you. And then we'll knock this out the park. All right, so we're gonna make chicken stock from scratch in 20 minutes, okay? A la our new friend, the pressure cooker, okay? So by the time we get done, we'll have fresh chicken stock ready to go. It's easier than you think, all right? So let's start with the vegetables, and let's get the vegetables all ready to go and get them in, all right? So the first vegetable I'm gonna put in, obviously, is an onion, okay? Very simple to do. I'm not even gonna peel the onion. I'm just going to cut it down a little bit because we just wanna get the flavor out of this onion, okay? So I'm just gonna do this, okay? We're making stock. I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna put this in the bowl because I'm gonna end up rinsing all these vegetables off, okay? So, onion, got it? First one, real good to go, okay? What's up, everybody? I see a lot of people are joining. I see a lot of people on Facebook. Hello, okay? We're making chicken stock from scratch, okay, in 20 minutes. So that was an onion. Look at what I have, okay? You always hear me tell you about fennel, like the fennel seed. This is a bulb of fennel. This is how it comes. These are the fennel fronds, okay? It adds a lovely, well-rounded, natural sweetness to whatever you're cooking. So typically, the way you dice this is you cut it in quarters, right? So if I was gonna do something, I would go cut it down in quarter, and it has this sort of, what do you call this? Stem? I don't know what this is. It has this, what do you call this? I don't really know what this is, but it's down here. Core, there's a core, okay? There's a core. Now, you gotta get this core out because this core is hard, right? So what I like to do is I cut it in quarters. So I just cut it in half. We do a little math now, okay? I cut it in half, bam, okay? I'm gonna cut it in quarters. So I'm gonna cut each half into a half, right? Like this, right? So now we have a quarter. And then you just take it on an angle and slice right through. So if I go just like this on an angle, the core comes out, all right? I'll do this other one for you. I know it's sometimes could be a little challenging. All right, we just cut this, okay, and then this comes out, all right? We're putting this as a part of our chicken stock, so it doesn't really matter. But I just wanted to show you that because some people are like, how do you do that? I don't really know how that goes, okay? So we're putting a whole bulb of fennel right in here. So this is homemade chicken stock, okay, with fennel and onion so far. And don't worry, okay, if you, again, I'm gonna make sure I get everybody the recipe. So you can take notes now. What's up, YouTube? You can take notes now, or as long as you go to the website, dariuscooks.tv, and sign up on the right-hand side for the email list, or join the Darius Cooks Facebook group. So you go to Darius Cooks. No, what do? You go to Facebook. You go to Facebook, and then when you get to Facebook, you just type in Darius Cooks Facebook group, and I'll grab you from there. Okay, and then tonight I'll email you guys all the recipes. Okay, this is a turnip. Okay, this is a turnip. So this is a lovely root vegetable turnip that I'm going to add the turnip right into here. So far we have onion, we have fennel, and we have a whole turnip situation. Okay, really good so far. Okay, all right, let's keep going. I've got a leek. Have you guys seen this? This is a leek. This is looks like a giant green onion. It's from the onion family, and it's really good. So what I want to do is just cut them open and cut them down to size. Again, I'm just getting the flavor out of this. So this is not important. This is not important to dice all pretty. We just want to grab the flavor. And leeks are pretty nasty on the inside because they grow in dirt and sand. So we're gonna wash these really good in a second, okay? So leeks, onion, fennel, turnip, okay? Turnip for what? All right, I've got some celery that I'm gonna wash as well. So I'm just gonna chop the celery up. There's no right or wrong way to do any of this. All right, I'm just gonna get all of this chopped and into a bowl. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna go wash it in a second. Okay, we're gonna clean it really good. But I just wanted you to see all the vegetables that we're putting into this to make our chicken stock from scratch. Okay, that part, all right? So celery, onion, leeks, and then we do a turnip in here, all right? Speaking of root vegetables, I've got some parsnips. I don't know if you guys ever seen parsnips. They're like a cross between a potato and a carrot, but a little bit spicier than a carrot, all right? So parsnips add really great root vegetable flavor. So again, I'm not even going to worry about peeling these. I'm just gonna chop the parsnips right up and get the parsnips right, bam, just like that, okay? So we got parsnips added in. Let's do a little carrot. Same deal. I'm not even going to peel the carrot. I'm just going to rinse it really well. So I've got 2 carrots that are going to go in here. All right, and then bell pepper. All right, I'm using a green bell pepper just because I like the flavor the green's gonna add. It's gonna be good. So just a rough chop, because again, we just want to extract the flavor. I'm gonna end up throwing all these vegetables away once they've done their job. All right. So, all right, let me go to the sink and rinse these out. And this is what we're going to be working in. This is a pressure cooker. And what I like about the pressure cooker is we're going to get that roasted chicken-y flavor in like less than 20 minutes. Like for real, for real. So you can certainly, if you don't have a pressure cooker, you know, you guys can do this in a regular pot is fine. You can do that and it would be fine. But I'm gonna use the pressure cooker because it'll cook it in like moments, okay? Let me just rinse our veg. Okay, and while I'm filling up the water, here's what I'm using to actually work this out. So I'm doing double duty here because we're gonna need chicken. Like when I make cornbread dressing, I like chicken in the cornbread dressing. Like I like chicken strewn about my cornbread dressing. So I'm going to let this chicken do the stock, and I'm also gonna let this chicken be the chicken that we use as well, okay? So look, in the bottom of the pressure cooker, there's a little stand. So we'll put everything on the stand so nothing burns or sticks. I do not rinse chicken. If you need to rinse your chicken, please go all right ahead and rinse your chicken, okay? But we have this conversation every time I do this, and you guys have a fit because I don't rinse the chicken. All right? If you need to rinse yours, please rinse that, okay? So those are 4 chicken thighs, and I'm gonna use 2 drumsticks of chicken, okay? So 4 chicken thighs, okay, and then 2 drumsticks, all right? Let me grab the veg that's over here rinsing. All right, and then when you are ready, you add your rinsed veg right in here, okay? So this is the leeks, the parsnip, all right? And also what I like about this too, I'll tell you what I love, is that you get a chance to control the amount of sodium that's in here, right? So if you need like a low sodium stock, you can do that with this. If you need a high sodium stock, you can do that. I'm just loading everything up on top. All right, so this is the carrot, parsnips, the onion. I gotta get some garlic in here, and then we'll get some seasonings, okay? All right, let's get some seasonings and some garlic. So FYI, you see me do this. I buy the garlic already peeled. I'm not with that whole peeling garlic situation. So I buy mine already peeled. So, you know, a lot of garlic, okay, goes in. I've got some parsley that's already been cleaned. I'm not even going to peel it. I'm just gonna put the parsley right into, this is like fancy, okay? This is like really fancy chicken stock. All right, put this right in here, push everything down. All right, and then we need some water. Let me get some water. And then we'll talk about seasoning for the chicken stock. We'll talk about some seasoning for it. Ground oregano, basil, and some margarine. All right, I'm coming. All right, here we go. There's our seasoning. All right, so let's put some water in here. because you're gonna have stock. This is like great. It already smells good. Like I haven't even seasoned it, and it already smells like super amazing. All right, like that already smells like some good stuff. Let me just see if I can find myself a bay leaf from somewhere around here. Oh, I can't find one. If you have a bay leaf, use that. For some reason, oh, no, I don't have it. I don't have one. All right, well, I guess we won't be using bay leaves today. But if you have a bay leaf, oh, look at God. Look at God. Look at God. Why don't you do it? Okay, let's season this bad boy up. Huh? Come on, bay leaves. I'm going to put 2 big ones or 3 small ones in there, okay? And then let's season him up, all right? So let's do a little bit of chicken bouillon for extra flavor. And don't forget, you guys, I will make sure that you get these recipes. You're gonna get the recipes one of 2 ways, okay? The first way you'll get the recipe is if you sign up to the email list at DariusCooks.tv. Somebody please type DariusCooks.tv in the comment section, please, okay? You sign up to the email list at DariusCooks.tv, or you join our Darius Cooks Facebook group, okay? So you go to Facebook, and on Facebook, you type in Darius Cooks Facebook group, it'll pop up, and then once that pops up, what you do is you join, and then I'll make sure tonight we'll post the links for the replay, and then we'll also make sure we get you the recipes of what you need, all right? So let's talk about what I'm doing so you guys know what's happening. So I'm just adding all the seasonings to this pot, and I'm gonna go over the seasonings with you in 1 second. I just wanna get this on the stove in the interest of time, because I don't wanna have you here all night. All right, and if you notice, I just used the, I only used the seasoning, the salt was from the chicken bouillon. I did not add any salt in here because we want to be able to control the amount of salt that we put and that we use. So this is going to go on the stove, and once it starts rattling like that, then we'll come back, we'll check it, and then we'll be good to go, okay? We'll give it like 20 minutes from that point. All right, so that's going to go on high, and then that's going to rock it out. Now, I'm going to make a cocktail for you because I feel like it's the holidays and we need a cocktail, and I got a really simple, really easy one for you, and we'll be doing this like every single day. So you guys are going to be ready to roll by the time your holiday season comes around. And I'm going to show you also really quickly how to make a pie crust, because we're going to be doing pies and cakes from scratch, and you need to know how to do it, okay? So what I seasoned that with was onion powder. All right, so onion powder. This was dried rosemary. This is ground. You can get the ground rosemary, or you can get the dried rosemary, or you can even use fresh. But I did add an element of that in here. So this is rosemary. Okay, this is herbs de Provence, or dried Italian seasoning. Up to you which one you want to use. So this is that it's got everything in it, but the difference is the herbs de Provence has a little lavender. So herbs de Provence is like the French version of Italian seasoning, right? So it has a little bit of lavender that makes you go, "Ooh, that's gonna be real good" by the time we get done with that. Okay, this was some oregano that I used, and again, you can use the fresh or the dried. I did use dried basil in this as well, and then I also added in some marjoram. You don't hear enough about that. But it's the holidays, so we're gonna bring out all the good stuff for that. Also, let me hook you up with my little secret, my little tip to get you guys ready. They sell these on Amazon. These are quart containers, okay? You can get these off of Amazon, and you'll need these because you can store all your stuff in here. You see what I'm saying? So when we get done, we're gonna pour the chicken stock in here. We're gonna put the lid on, and we can throw this in the freezer. We can throw this in the fridge, and when we're ready to pull it out, you've already got chicken stock ready to go. You see what I'm saying? So you could also, this is what I like to do, you know, around the house. So just a little FYI with the lids and whatnot. So they sell them on Amazon, and you can get them there, okay? All right, so let us talk about a little cocktail, huh? Why don't we talk about a little cocktail? Because we done did a lot of cooking so far, and you cook better when you're lit, people. You cook better when you're lit, huh? All right, so I'm gonna take a little bit of sugar, okay, into a little saucer like this. And then what I want to do is take a little bit of cinnamon, and we'll put a little cinnamon down here as well, okay? So equal parts cinnamon and equal parts sugar, okay? We'll give this just a little mix like this, okay? And then what I like to do is I'll take champagne flutes and dip them in a little water, okay? So we'll take our champagne flutes, we'll dip them in a little water situation, okay? And then we'll take the flutes and we'll run them right around our cinnamon sugar, okay? Do you see that? So basically what we just did was we just rimmed the top of the champagne flute with a little bit of cinnamon sugar. This is probably the easiest cocktail you're ever gonna make in your life. It's only 2 ingredients. I'm probably gonna make it 3 real fast. It's 2 ingredients, but I'm probably, you know, knowing me, why don't we make it 3 ingredients? Okay, so we're gonna do apple cider mimosas. All right, apple cider mimosas, because you need something to go with what we're doing for holiday. All right, so I've got some apple cider. I've got your favorite, but you could use champagne, you could use sparkling wine. I got a little bit of rosé. Huh? Since you say I look like them, I got a little rosé. Let me get a little rum. I'll tell you what we'll use. We won't use rum. We'll use a little Di Serono. How about that? All right. So 3 simple ingredients to make this taste amazing. Okay. So why don't we do that? Let's make a batch now. Okay, because we should do that. What do you guys think, huh? Huh? Okay. Here goes nothing. Okay, we got a little sparkling rosé, because that's who we are. Okay. And make sure everything's chilled. Okay, so let's add in apple cider on the bottom. Apple cider. Okay. Let's do a little bit of the, yes, come on, I see the comments, yes. Now again, I'm using rosé, but you could use whatever you want. Here we go. Yes, okay. I'm using a little rosé, but you could use whatever your heart desires. So we're gonna go like up the rim with the rosé, and then why don't we top it off with just a little swig of Di Serono, huh? Like just the slightest swig. Uh-oh, I wasted a little bit of that of Di Serono, and then looking. If you're looking to do this up for holiday, like really looking to do this up for holiday, you do a little apple, huh? If you really want to do this up for holiday, you do a little apple situation. You'll cut a little slit right here, and you just put your little apple stitch just like that, okay? And then now we have, look at that. How cute, huh? How cute. All right. We got some little apple cider mimosas. Okay. It is great. And you know what they say about apple? It's a digestive situation. It helps you. It's a laxative. So this is good for your system. The Bible says an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Huh? Mm. Mm. You know what's great about it? That little cinnamon sugar you get. That little cinnamon sugar. It's good. All right, y'all. Let's keep going. I got a few more things to show you. Okay? So, I'll be drinking both of these, thank you, throughout the evening. Okay, look. Since we are making cornbread dressing, let me walk you through an actual cornbread recipe so you can make this on your own, okay? Let me walk you through an actual cornbread recipe. It's probably the easiest one out there. It's a little different because we don't add as much sugar. Please, people, can we say a prayer? I do not want you using Jiffy Mix to make your cornbread, okay? Please, people. I beg of you, do not, please, ma'am, please, sir, do not use Jiffy Mix to make your, do not use Jiffy Mix to make your situation, please. Can y'all not do that? I'm looking, oh, here's some cornmeal right here. I was trying to get a full cup of cornmeal. So I'm about to, this is yellow cornmeal and white cornmeal just because I ran out. So whatever, okay. It's gonna be all right. We're gonna make it work, okay? We're gonna do what we have to do what we have to do. All right, so that's cornmeal. Let's put some flour in here. And again, I'll give you the recipes. I know you guys are like, where are the recipes? You get the recipes one of two ways, either by joining my email list at dariuscooks.tv on the right-hand side. You click on mailing list and you join it, or you join the Darius Cooks Facebook group. So you go to Facebook and you type in Darius Cooks Facebook group, it'll come up, and then I'll hook you up later on with the recipes, okay? We'll do it like that, all right? So I'm just adding in my dry ingredients, which in this case was 1 cup of cornmeal, 1.5 cups of flour. This was a teaspoon of sugar. That's all you need. Okay, this is for your cornbread dressing. This is not butter pecan cornbread. All right, that's not what we're doing today. So I don't want you guys to get it messed up. All right, I'm just gonna melt off a stick of this butter in a cast iron skillet. All right, that way we can put our melted butter right in here. And then let me get a spoon, and then we'll give this a stir. So let's put some baking powder in here, and then we've got all we need for our dry ingredients. So what did I say? A cup of cornmeal, 1.5 cups of flour, tablespoon of sugar, a good pinch of salt, some baking powder. When I find it, hold on, you know I'm not prepared. Bear with me. Here you go. Found it. Okay, tablespoon baking powder. Okay, and then these are the dry ingredients, okay? Typical cast of characters. But we're doing this for our cornbread dressing because we don't want no sweet cornbread for the cornbread dressing, okay? Please, can y'all promise me I do not want to see you making a cornbread dressing this year with Jiffy Mix? This is too easy, okay? All right, let's drop in a couple of eggs. So I'm going to use 2 eggs in here. And buttermilk. All right? Get you some good buttermilk. This is like your grandmama's cornbread, okay? Get you some good buttermilk. Oh, you guys are saying I promise. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my God. Thank you so much. Because y'all get with that Jiffy Mix, and it's like, it's so sweet. Like, how can you enjoy the cornbread dressing and it's so sweet like that? I never understood that. Okay, I never got it. So, all right, we're gonna mix this together. Obviously, I need some more. This is about 1.5 cups of buttermilk, but I'm going for a certain consistency. Right, nice and thick on us. And then let's put that melted butter in here. So this is a buttermilk cornbread, very similar to what my grandmother used to make when we were growing up. She would make this to eat with her greens. I like mine a little more sweet than she did, but you know, hey, that was my grandmother. But I find that most older people tend to like their cornbread like that. And, you know, I happen to like mine a little sweeter. But this is gonna be for the cornbread dressing. So we got the stock going and we're making our cornbread from scratch, okay? You see that? Look at this. I want you guys to see this consistency before I add this butter in here, okay? Do you see that? Okay, all right. Let's put in this thicker melted butter right in there. Ooh, makes me happy, okay? Makes me happy. And then get it well incorporated. Whew. I did use a whole stick of butter. Okay? This is the holidays. All right? If you want to use less butter and you want to know why your consistency of your dressing is not silky and smooth, then hey. And you guys always ask me, can we change the recipe? Yeah, you can change the recipe. But if it don't come out good, don't blame me. Okay? But there's something about when you add that butter, this really like velvety texture happens with this cornbread batter that I love. Okay, there's something that happens with this that I'm in love with. So that's what I like. Okay, so I'm telling you what I like. I tell you what I do. All right, let's add this mixture. I just want to get a rubber spatula because I don't want to miss any of this. Okay, I don't want to miss any of this. All right, and then my oven's at 400 degrees, and I'm going to let this go 20-25 minutes till it's golden brown and delicious. Just smooth the top out a little bit. Nice, all right? All right, and this is that good buttermilk cornbread that we'll use. So this is step 1, all right? Well, step 2. Step 1 is the dressing, then this is step 2. And don't worry, again, like I said, for the full recipe, I will make sure I get that to you. So you guys don't have to worry about it. If you're taking notes, great. But if not, I'll make sure I get you guys the recipe. You get the recipes one of 2 ways, okay? The first way you'll get the recipes is by going to DariusCooks.tv, signing up for the mailing list at DariusCooks.tv. And the second way you get it is by joining the Darius Cooks Facebook group. Okay, so go to Facebook and you type in Darius Cooks Facebook group. It'll pop up. You join. I'll let you in, and we'll have fun. If you just join, am I tipsy? No, not yet. Not yet. Speaking of tipsy, so this is the apple cider mimosa. Okay, so I will be giving you guys lots of great cocktail ideas. This is a very simple drink, 3 simple ingredients. Okay, I use cold pressed apple cider, which is like the good apple cider. I used rosé. Okay, you can use sparkling wine, you could use sparkling Moscato, you could use champagne, you could use Prosecco, anything with a little bubbly will get you there. And then a little bit of Di Serono, okay? Just a little bit, okay? A little bit. Behind me on the stove, if you're just joining, is we're doing a 20-minute chicken stock. So we put lots of good things. Somebody said, I need a few more mimosas. we put a lot of good stuff into our pressure cooker, okay? So y'all, these comments, okay? I'm live on Instagram, Periscope, both Facebook pages and YouTube, and I'm trying to look at, I have 5 devices, so the comments are like really, really funny. Okay, the kicker for the drink though is the cinnamon sugar rim, because when you drink the mimosa, you pick up the cinnamon sugar. Fantastic, okay? All right, behind me in the pressure cooker, I put in 4 chicken thighs, and 2 drumsticks. I use dark meat. Dark meat has the most flavor. It's gonna be juicier. And then I put a bunch of vegetables on top of that. Parsnip, carrot, celery, onion, garlic, bell pepper, leeks, and a turnip, okay? A bunch of parsley. And I seasoned the shit out of it with some chicken bouillon, black pepper, onion powder, marjoram, herbs de Provence, basil, and rosemary, okay? Oh, and I put a fennel bulb in there too. So that's behind me. And what's gonna happen is in a few seconds, that's gonna bubble up. And when that bubbles and the lid starts shaking, we're gonna count it for like 20 minutes, okay? So it should bubble in like 2 minutes and then we'll count it for 20. All right, in the meantime, I gotta do one more thing for you, okay? So far, we've gotten through 3 recipes in like 30 minutes, okay? We did a cocktail drink, number 1. Oh, I did put time in it, didn't I? I don't know if I put time. Whatever, put it in there if you want to. Okay, I put this is the apple cider mimosa. I have the chicken stock and the cornbread is off. One of the things I like to do is I get these quart containers from Amazon, right? You can get these and then you can store your extra chicken stock in these. That way, whenever you want to use chicken stock, you're ready to go. So we're going to put this in there when we're done. Okay, and the cornbread's in the oven. Now, it is baking season, okay? And one of the things I love to do is make a really good pie crust, okay? I like making a really good pie crust. So I'm gonna show you how to do that real fast. And the crazy part is I'm doing it with my hand. Okay? I'm gonna do this pie crust with my hand. That way you guys can see, oh my God, it really is simple. And tomorrow, we'll use the pie crust to make a couple of pies. My favorite is gonna be the sugar cream pie, and it's gonna be your new favorite too, okay? The secret to an amazing pie crust is not just the butter, it's also the shortening. And for this one, I'm gonna be using a butter flavored shortening as well as real butter. Got it? Let's go to work, okay? So let's get some flour. This flour is gonna be step 1. All right, so I'm gonna do 4 cups of flour in here. And this is just an all-purpose flour. You can certainly use like an all-purpose. You could use a bread flour. I would stay away from the cake flour for this just because that ain't gonna work out too good, okay? So this is a very versatile pie crust. You can do this for sweet or savory, okay? So we put the flour in. Let's do a good pinch of salt to bring out all the flavors. And then let's put a little sugar in here as well. All right? All right, not too much, just a little bit, because you want it to be good, but you don't want it to be overly sweet, all right? All right, so we'll give this a stir, and this is it for our dry ingredients, okay? And the idea really is if you can't keep a light hand with this. You don't want to like mush this down or go too far. A nice light work is really sort of all you need, okay? All right, let's do some shortening and butter. So I'm just gonna do half cup, about a half cup of shortening in here. You can certainly do all shortening if you want to, but it would be a little too crumbly for me. So I'm good with about a half cup of shortening. All right, and then I'm gonna put in here a stick and a half of butter. Show you how we do this. All right, and then I'm gonna get in here with my hands. I'm actually gonna work this out with my hands. It's a good idea to make sure the butter's cold, but you know what? We're not gonna use this right away, and we're actually gonna put it in the refrigerator. So if it's not completely cold, don't beat yourself up. Just make sure the butter is not soft, okay? Make sure it's not soft and you're good to go, okay? What's up, YouTube? Sorry you can't really see my face, but you guys can see the cutting board really nicely. All right, so I'm cutting the butter into little small pieces. So I just cut it into fours, right? And cut it into small pieces. So that's one stick. I'm going to do the other half. All right, same deal here. All right. Now, there's a bunch of theories on how to make the best pie crust. I've seen it done a number of ways. I'm gonna put the butter right in here. Okay, this is all that butter. How bad could this be? Okay, so there's all these theories. One of the ones that I've seen that works the best if you have the time is cutting the butter in with 2 knives, okay? If you got the time to sit up here and do this. So basically what you do is it takes about 15 minutes of work, but you use 2 knives and you cut in like an X form, like an X shape, like, you know, an X, what do you call it? Not a shape, I don't know, child. A formation, an X formation. And by doing this, essentially what you're doing is you're aerating the dough. So you're keeping the dough nice. There's a lot of work, ain't it? You're keeping the dough nice and fluffy. And you're not compacting down any of the flour. Okay. You hear the pressure cooker? You hear the pressure cooker. Okay. It is 9:15. Okay. Instagram is going to cut off in a few minutes, but we'll keep going. 9:15. So we're going to count like the next 15 minutes. So 9:30, chicken stock is done. Okay. Now, if you have a pastry cutter, you could use a pastry cutter. You can certainly do that, and that would be okay. But a lot of us don't have pastry cutters readily available in our homes because we just don't have it, which is fine. A lot of us, what do we have? 2 butter knives, okay? So this is really good to do with the kids. I need a drink, hold on. Do this with the kids because they can't hurt nothing, okay? And what you're going for is you're cutting the butter into the dough, and you want the butter to be little bitty small, like the size of like peas, okay? like the size of peas is really what you want, okay? And if there's a couple of pieces of butter that's like still there, it's okay because we're gonna need this for a little bit and we'll be good to go. Now this keeps look at this keeps the dough nice and light, okay? And keeps it there. Now, I'm gonna tell you how you know you're good to go. When you can grab this flour mixture, hold it in your hand, let it go, and it holds its shape, you're ready to add the water. Okay? So if I do this, right, and you see how it holds, I'm ready to add the water. I'm gonna cut a little more. Right, I'm gonna cut a little more, and then I'm just gonna add some cold ice water. So we need about 6 to 8 tablespoons of ice water. But the problem is, you can add water in, you can't take water out. So I want you to be very careful, right, on how much water you add in here. What happened to the music? You know I can't play music on this thing. You know they'll ban my account, okay? See, watch. See this? You see how it holds in my hand? Let's add some water. So let me get some ice water. And we just want like 6 to 8 tablespoons. All right, why am I using ice water? Anybody know? I'm using ice water because I went through all the work of mixing this butter in, and I don't want this butter to melt. When this butter loses its physical composition and it changes from a solid to a liquid, it's gonna make my dough really greasy and it won't be nice. The butter, so I want to keep the butter cold. I'm okay with the dough not being cold because I'm not going to use the dough right away. This dough is going to get wrapped and it's going to go into the fridge. So I'm okay with that. But I'm going to also roll out one of the doughs onto a pie crust and I'm going to show you a cute design, okay? Or onto a pie pan and I'll show you a design. So hold on. I dropped some ice in there. All right. So we need like 6 to 8 tablespoons of cold water. Remember, you can add water in, but you can't take water out. So you want to be very careful that you add enough. And you just want it to come together. So I'm adding like 2 tablespoons at a time. If you had a mixer, do this in a mixer. If you had a food processor, do it in a food processor. I'm obviously not doing that. I'm doing it by hand because I just want to show you that it's really easy to do it by hand. And then there's variations to this. You can put like cream cheese in this if you wanted to. You can do mascarpone cheese if you wanted to, sour cream in the dough, you name it. But I think the combination of the shortening and the combination of the butter will give me what I want, all right? All right. So we just want to stir it till it just gets there. I don't want to over mix it, but I do want it to come together as one dough. And I'm adding a couple of spoonfuls at a time because remember, you can add it in, but you can't take it out. All right. All right, this is getting there. All right, I think a little bit more water and then we'll be right there. See what's happening? Look at this. See what we're getting? Okay, we're gonna knead it in 1 second. There we go. All right, let's put some flour on the board. And let's roll this bad baby out. Let me show you. So we do a little flour. And then I'm gonna turn the whole thing out, and then I'm gonna knead it so you guys can see what we got. Okay, now watch this. Ooh, all right, look at this. Here's what you end up with. Okay, here's what you end up with. You end up with a pie dough that is amazing, thrown together really nicely. It comes together. And then watch this. If I cut this open, I want you guys to see this. All right, watch this. You can see little flecks of the butter right inside, right? Can you guys see? You can see little flecks of butter right inside the dough. You see that? Okay, look how easy that was. You see little flecks of butter right inside. This is like, okay, this is where it is, all right? Let's see, our pressure cooker was giving us the business. Okay, so let me do this. Let me wrap one of these up. And then the other one I'm gonna use really quickly, and I'll show you what I do. You guys like it? Thank you, thank you. All right, so I got plastic wrap. All right, and this is the same dough for like your peach cobbler. This is the same dough for your pot pie. This is the same dough for all of that, okay? Whatever you got, this is that dough for it. Okay. So we're gonna take one, and we're gonna wrap it tightly. And this is the one I'm gonna put in the refrigerator. And then this is the one I'm gonna roll out really fast. So let me just school you really quickly before we roll this out and just let you know. So a couple things. One is you never want to take like warm dough like this and take this dough and then bake it off, okay? You always want to chill it, and you want to work with chilled dough. So essentially, if you're going to make a pie from scratch, you make the dough, let the dough rest. You roll the dough out, you put it in your pie plate, you let that rest, you put the filling in. It's just too much. So I just cut out one of those steps, right? And what I do is I'm going to roll this out now, put it on my pie plate, put the whole pie plate in the fridge. That way when I'm ready, I've already done 2 steps because I just don't have time, okay? Personally. I just don't have time. All right, so I want you guys to see this. Let me see if I can angle you down on the board here. All right, so I just put a little flour down because I want to roll this out. I want to roll it out, and make sure you use like, everything's like well floured. So you roll it out one direction, you flip them over, and the idea is to keep your pie crust moving, okay? The mistake a lot of people make is they roll it out and they don't keep it moving, so then it starts sticking to everything, okay? So as long as I can move my pie crust around, I'm good to go. Right? As long as I can move it, I'm good. And just try to get it in as much of a circle as you possibly can, right? See how I rolled it out? Watch this. Make sure you can pick it up and move it around, okay? Because if you can't, you're going to be shamed. All right? You're going to be shamed if you can't, all right? I'm just doing a little sprinkle of flour. All right? And now I've rolled my pie out and I've got enough space. See how I put this on top? It fits with no problem. So I'm okay with this. I got enough space to work with. So what I want to do is just roll them up like this and then lay them out on top, okay? Get them centered really nicely, get them centered. Lay them in there good. See? Tap down, get them in there. And now this is good, all right? Now, you can cut off your excess, which is fine. I just like to roll my excess over, okay? I'm not really a big, like, cutter off of the, I think this is what makes the pie have personality. So let me show you. I roll mine over, right? Yellow overhang, roll them over. And then let me show you what I do before we put this in the fridge to chill, okay? So this looks kind of ugly. Can you agree? This looks kind of ugly, right? So what I like to do is just do a little pinching, and this takes a little practice, but you do a little pinch with your fingernail, and you just go around your pie like this, okay? And we're gonna do it, do it again just to make sure we got it in there good. But you do a little pinch situation. You can use a fork if you wanted to, but I'm extra. Okay, look at this. Okay, so we started. Now we're gonna really get in here and get this in a nice little design. All right, so you do it one time and then you finish up. I'm just using my thumb and my finger and I'm just pinching the dough. That's pretty much it. I mean, this isn't that hard, okay? All right, I think our 20 minutes is up. Yep. Okay, see? There you go. How's that? Huh? How's this for a pie crust? So you can take this pie crust now, and this is what goes in the fridge to chill out, okay? Isn't that gorgeous? Isn't that something? Look at that, isn't that cute? And so we'll use this tomorrow. We won't use this today, obviously, because this needs to, so you don't want to take this and put this right into the oven, okay? You want to take this and put this into the fridge and let this chill out in the fridge first, okay? Once it chills in the fridge, we can fill it tomorrow and then we could use it tomorrow, okay? So Instagram, you're gonna cut off in 1 minute and 15 seconds. If you want Instagram, you can certainly join us on YouTube or Facebook or Periscope. All right, you can join us there. Let me get my mess cleaned up. Okay, and then we'll pull off, let's pull off this chicken stock because it's ready. Ooh-wee. Let's pull this off. All right, and we'll let that steam release. Meanwhile, y'all talk amongst yourselves. Let me get this all cleaned up over here. Okay, I use a bench scraper because that's easy. And don't forget the recipe you will get by either joining my Facebook group, the Darius Cooks Facebook group, or join the email list at dariuscooks.tv. Either way, I'll make sure you guys get the recipes for everything we've done. The cocktail, the pie crust, the cornbread, which is just about done, and the chicken stock, okay? that cornbread is just about ready to come out. I can smell it. So let me get it and show you. My grandmother would be so proud of this cornbread if I made this for her. Because this is the kind that she likes, the kind that doesn't have a bunch of sugar in the cornbread. If my cornbread don't taste like cake, I don't want it, okay? That part. All right, so this cornbread has been at 400 degrees, 20-25 minutes. And if your cornbread doesn't have that little crack on top, I don't want it, okay? Check that out, okay? It has to have that little crack on top. That's how we know we're in business. All right, I'm just putting some water on the pressure cooker. Take a look at that. See that? See that? All right, see that? Okay, so this is the cornbread that we'll use for the cornbread dressing. Very similar to that butter pecan cornbread that we use, but the only difference is it's not a lot of sugar in it, so you ain't really gotta be worried about that, okay? So, let's recap, because I'm just about done for today, all right? First of all, we did this cocktail. The cocktail is a apple cider mimosa, okay? And I used rosé, but you could use any sparkling wine or champagne that you want to. It's completely up to you. Apple cider rosé and a little bit of Di Serrano. Okay? We rimmed the top of the glass with cinnamon sugar. So it's really good. So serve these up for holiday, okay? We made the cornbread that we're gonna use for the cornbread dressing. And I did this in a cast iron skillet. Because really, only with the cast iron do you really get, look at this. Only with a cast iron do you really get this crustiness. Look at this. You only get this crustiness, this is like still smoking, okay? That comes from cast iron, okay? You only get that. So, there you go, there you go, there you go, and there you go. Okay? So this cornbread is going to be the bomb. It's not sticking to the bottom of the pan, so we're good, okay? Also, we did that pie crust that's in the fridge for you. Isn't this pretty though? Look at this, one more time. Isn't she beautiful? Okay, this is the pie crust that I did for you. Isn't she gorgeous? Like, this is so rustic and so amazing, and we're gonna fill this up with a bunch of good stuff tomorrow, okay? I can't fix the lighting, you guys. It's not the, oh, hold on one second. Hey, you Facebook, okay? This Facebook. It's not the lighting in here, it's the way Facebook does the camera. I can't control that, only Facebook can, okay? So if it's too bright or something, I'm sorry, it's not my light, because it's Facebook, okay? So I'm sorry, okay? Love you. Okay, so here you go. So you have that. Okay, all right, let me get the stock so you guys can see that. Okay. Woo. All right. Last but not least. Okay. Here's the stock that we cooked up. Oh. With all the vegetables. that's ready to go. Let me get a little spoon. And let me see if I can spoon out. Oh my God. Oh. Ew. Okay, look. So all this we don't need, okay? This is the onion, the bell pepper, all this. It's all like mush, mush, mush. So we don't need any of this. The bay leaves are in here. I can get rid of all of this. Let this cool, and then we'll pick out all the chicken. Now, for those people who are saying, oh my gosh, the chicken is raw, I want you to see that this is the chicken that's cooked up, all right? This is the chicken that cooked up. So there's no way these chicken thighs are not all the way cooked. And this is the meat that we're gonna use for our dressing, okay? So, hold on, let me just get this out. I want you to see the stock and the consistency and the color of this stock. Let me show you, hold on. Okay, and then lastly, just again, guys, last time I'll say this is that the recipes, look at this. This completely, look at the meat. Look at the meat fell off the bone. Where's this bone? Wait, hold on. Where is this bone, child? Look at this. I can't even find it. Oh, here it goes. Look at this. The meat is completely, it's hot. The meat is completely off this bone, okay? Like it completely fell off. So this is like good stuff happening. Okay, so the recipes, I'll make sure I give you, you're gonna get the recipes one of two ways. You'll get the recipes by joining the Darius Cooks Facebook group or my mailing list, which is at dariuscooks.tv, and then I will email you these recipes later tonight. Oh my God, look at this. Homemade chicken stock, people. Look at this. Hello? Can you see that? Hello? Hello, people! Thanksgiving is here, okay? The holidays are here and we're doing some major cooking for the holidays, okay? We're doing major cooking for the holidays, okay? Let's go. This is your homemade chicken stock. Low sodium, full of flavor, and the best part about it is you know what's in here. So this made 2.5 quarts, almost 3 full quarts of chicken stock. Okay? Look at that. Hello? Hello? Okay? Come on, somebody. And we can use this for gravies, for soups, for sautés, for braising. Okay, all this needs is for me to taste it. So I'm gonna get a little bit of this. And I use those chicken thighs and I use chicken drumsticks. Okay? I use dark meat chicken. Okay? Low sodium, high in flavor, ready for whatever you wanted to use it for, okay? Ready to go. So, okay, don't worry. I'll get you the recipes in a few minutes. Go to my mailing list, dariuscooks.tv, or make sure you sign up to the Darius Cooks Facebook group at dariuscooks. At Facebook. I don't know. Go to Facebook and just type in Darius Cooks Facebook group, and then it'll come up, okay? I love you guys for tuning in and watching. Tomorrow, we will continue. So we're going to use that cornbread tomorrow. We're going to use this chicken stock tomorrow, and we're going to make the ultimate cornbread dressing, all right? Two things I want to tell you. Oh, and the book is on sale too. Well, it's not on sale, but you can pick up the holiday cookbook, 101 recipes for your holiday table. You can get that by going to dariuscooks.tv/store. Okay, there you go. Two things I want to tell you, as I always do. Food is my life. Life is my food. Until next time, I do want to wish you guys happy cooking and making stock and mimosas and pie crust and cornbread. Okay? From my heart to yours. Happy holidays, y'all.